Hello, welcome back to another episode. Um, I said that specific intro like so many times now. I'm actually just, oh my God, Nanamo, Nanamo, I love you. Yeah, that looks weird, but okay. Air knives. What do these look like? Hold on. Oops. Ooh, they look nice. What's this? Okay. I might take this just so I have it. I'm not sure though. Much and more has occurred since first I beheld Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Minfilia, pray relate to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, Warrior of Light. Oh no, now she's calling me the Warrior of Light. Please don't call me the Warrior of Light. That gives me anxiety. That gives me so much anxiety. Wait. Before we do that. No, right, I was gonna do side quests elsewhere. Haha, right. Let's actually try and do this. The Hildebrand quest, because I really want to get this out of the way. Let's see if we can. Where's that here? Where is it? Is it trials or? Yep, it is. Okay. Let's. Ooh, excuse me. Let's see if we can get into a queue. 21 minutes. Maybe not. Maybe not, actually. Oh, never mind. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, we'll see. We'll see if we can get enough people. It looks like we might. But I'm not sure. But while that queue is there, we'll continue doing our quest. Okay. Let us talk to Minfilia. 21 minutes for this dungeon, like, hello. Oh boy. Alright.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul, but never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy.
That's something that I never want to think about.
It was of this that Ul'Dah spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion.
It's a terrifying thing to think about, though.
And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder, could the legend in fact refer to the echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
Oh, speak of the devil.
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is...
Oops, I skipped the
Brave
dialogue.
tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady.
Uh-oh.
It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
Like the spirit or
I
destroyed?
relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
Nani?
12 preserve.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
It is done, my lord. I... Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
What? What? Revolution. Oh, no, do not discard things. I meant sword. Oh, boy. Wow, the queue hardly changed. Whatsoever. Oh, well. Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No. No, it avails us not to speculate. Urianger will send word if there are any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak on a different matter, one closer to home. Alright? It concerns etheric fluctuations, which we had previously attributed to good King Mugulmog XII. That the king is no more is a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet all is not well in the Twelveswood. Oh boy, our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and I would have you... Acilia, I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. What manner of problem? A band of refugees, hailing from Ul'Dah this time, are coming to Revenant's Toll seeking asylum. Huh? It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Domans. At present, they are in the seventh heaven, awaiting a formal response. Oh no. I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. Acilia, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread, and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. Atelios, I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually gonna cancel the queue if we have barely anyone. Yeah, that, I'm gonna withdraw because that's just gonna take way too much time. Alright. And besides, main story first. Everything else after. It's always main story first. Alright. Oop, I bumped my mic, I'm sorry. I was trying to eat a cranberry. Bumped my mic instead. Oh well. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. 12 be praised, it is you. We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task, and we'll see it done. Pray calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation. Beg your pardon, Antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Ul'Dah for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the one what got took. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man. Not as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palms, any road. The Flame do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, and even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run. The only question was where, and then it came to me. Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? So you'd surely do the same for us. Oh boy. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we accepted the Doman's petition for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. And so it is with great regret that I must deny your request. But we've nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us? If I might have a word. Tataru? Tataru, is aught amiss? Ill tidings from Ul'Dah, my lady. Alphino has been wounded. My boy! What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the Flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at any and everyone. I have to go. That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. 7 hells, now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antecedent, please, if you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. I'll go. Minfilia, I'll go to Ul'Dah right now. My lady. We are not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer for their actions. How can you be so blind? Find Alphino and quickly. If he's in danger or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Of course, I am going right now. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter we were discussing earlier. Ida and Papalima will see to it. Alphino is being treated by at the Hourglass. Hurry, Atelios. On it. I am going. I swear. That's my son! I have to go. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh my god, let Alphina be okay! Let's go, Nanamo! Oh boy. Alphino! Hey! You okay? You okay? Hey.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well.
Are you sure? You're not hiding, right? You're not hiding anything? Because, like, if you're hiding something, I'm gonna find out. And I'm gonna be real angry.
Ul'Dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'Dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'Dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'Dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Ul'Dans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Shit. Let's actually talk about what do you... well, if it ain't Atelios, good to see an adventurer who remembers where he came from, even after becoming all famous and the like. What brings you to the quicksand today? Well, we have a letter. While I'm here, I'm just gonna deliver the letter. A letter? Next thing I know, you'll be sprouting a pom-pom and end in every other utterance with Kupo. Oh, how curious. It would seem the sender's forgotten to sign the envelope. Oh, my beloved Momodi, my riches could buy all the jewels in the realm, yet none would shine as bright as thee. Say that you will be mine, and... Ugh. Good gods, no wonder that letter was anonymous. No man in his right mind would claim authorship of such a hackneyed, pretentious load of... Momodi, my love, I see that my Malefice missive finds you looking as beautiful as ever. Oh no. Oh, it's you. Why do I find myself entirely unsurprised? I've lost count of how many times I've spurned your shameless advances to your face. Must I now do the same in writing for you to get the bloody message? Shameless, you wound me, Momodi, my love. Why, my advances are positively shameful. Shameful. Or, that's not the right word, is it now? Picture the scene, a mysterious letter, a secret admirer. Is it so outlandish for a man to think that the subtle romantic approach might stir the flames of passion in his beloved's heart? Says the fool standing before me for the third time this week, still sporting that same ridiculous jacket. Our guest clearly lacks the courtesy to introduce himself, so allow me. This is Thomas So-and-so, son of the spice merchant someone or other, and the richest, most eligible young bachelor in all of Ul'Dah. Forgive me if I've forgotten some of the details. I've only heard the story some 20-odd times now. This is Atelios, the man who wasted his precious time hauling your rubbish halfway across the realm. Oh my God. Is that so? Smashing work, my boy. Remind me of your name again, and I'll be sure to put you on the guest list for when my lovely Momodi and I are wed. Do you see, my love? This adventurer's efforts were for naught. No, you need only promise your hand to me. Promise that forever my Momodi, and mine alone you will be. In person or in ink, the answer's the same. Come back when Thanolin freezes over, so I can reject you again. Alas and alack, but I should have known. Yes, that hairpin that adorns your lovely lock speaks loud and clear. Admit it, Momodi, after all these years, you still harbor feelings for him. Why, you've some nerve walking into my place of business and spouting such nonsense. Nonsense, my beloved? Is that so? Rumors abound about that hairpin, that it was crafted for you by an old flame, that it has not left your shapely head for so much as a day since the calamity. If you lost a childhood love when the lesser moon fell, you have my sympathies, but this is a new age, my dearest. Time marches on, and we must march with it. Oh, and did I mention that my family is among the richest in the Sultanate? Hells, just how thick is your bloody skull? A man crafted my hairpin, and yes, there was a time when I felt something for him, but such days are long past, and today, I needn't compare you to anyone to find you thoroughly repulsive. Besides, I'll have you know that the man who crafted this still lives. What's this? My rival in love still lives? Ha! At long last, my task is clear. I must seek out this pretender and prove once and for all that I, Thomas, am the only one worthy of my dear Momodi's hand. Adventurer, I would request your aid. Together we will seek out this man, and you will serve as an impartial judge to determine who's the worthy partner for Miss Momodi, he or I. I can answer that right now, and it's he. Rest assured that you'll be suitably compensated for rendering the proper decision, and with that, let us begin our search at the Goldsmiths' Guild. I shall await you there. What have you gotten yourself into, Momodi? Alright. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good, then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Raban has to say upon the matter. Of course. Of course. Yeah, I'll do this later. I'm gonna quickly grab the goldsmith. Oh boy. Wait, you know, can I just whack the kid over the head? Real quick? Cause like, you know. I'd love if I could, but of course I can't. Sorry. What's that? Momodi's hairpin, you say? Why, that was Momoroto's work. Momoroto. Now there's a name I haven't uttered in a long time. Destined for greatness, that one could have been the second coming of Neil Fresna. Why, he'd been with us for a scant few years, when a commission came in from the Sultana herself, slaved away at the piece day and night, till one day when he rose from his workbench and walked away. Some said the pressure of expectations grew too great to bear, others that his heart was never in his craft to begin with. Still, others said that it was a broken heart that drove him away. Ah, that's party! Okay. Now what? Now what? Crescent Cove? Where the heck? Yeah. Yeah, no. Let's see. We'll go to the Hall of Flames, which requires me to go to the Aetherite. Now is not a good time, Atelios. My hands are full with dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alphino, back on your feet already? You may credit my swift recovery to your Chikorins. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation. Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Thanalan. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is low. They are damnable elusive. I can well imagine. Given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between the olden citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Domans were turned away. But would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single guild to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it up to bear against their benefactors. What are you saying? Come to the point. Maybe somebody's like supplying them? So I don't really see the purpose. I mean, Atelius doesn't see the purpose, but you know. Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigations can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. I guess it's just up to us, Alphino. The General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim without the necessary proof that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monetarists would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Atelios. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlement suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at a request for such information, but I have no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Alright, but be careful. You look as though you have something to say, Atelios. Do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well, the brass blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the blades posted there. Okay, where is that exactly, though? Okay. Is it like right outside the door? Or is it a little bit more? Oh, it's a little bit of a trek. Oop, ow. Alright. And what brings you, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well then, you've come to the right place. You mean those refugees? Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content, to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, that merchant who passed through recently, gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. Okay, buddy. Oh my god. I didn't expect them to send you, Atelios. I take this means someone has read my report. The refugees who left with the merchants have yet to return, and I am increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind, speak with Zazawaka. He will explain everything. Where is that? Ah, just a little bit further up. Ah, don't hurt me, I'm not one of them! Wait, I know your face. Are you not the man from the Church of St. Adama? 1,000 pardons, my friend. I mistook you for one of the thugs who have been tormenting us. If Leofric bids you speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. 12 be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under that fanatic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent, and you will understand why. Even now he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt that merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. Okay. Hey there. What are you doing? Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Why didn't you run away from me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be here with me. Be here to soothe me. Why? Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? Oh no, buddy. Buddy. Hey there. Who are you? What do you want? Ah, it's true. I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought, and implored us to seize control of our fates. Oh god, I was reading FC chat. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited, he split us into 2 groups, sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing, and then fighting, and then everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and... Oh god, it's the other group. They're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh. Oh boy. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. A pox on all bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we had never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous and that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though if they were forced to confront reality. That's it. Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren and their strongest warrior, that their strongest warriors are no match for one man. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. Okay? Yeah. Perhaps. There's a car. This is a long way to go. Wait, what? Oh, in here. Here we are. 7 hells, they found us. Everyone, grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So what's your game? So that's your game, is it? Nah, sorry to disappoint you, lad, but we're more than willing to kill ourselves. Oh, okay. It's fine. Yep. Mm-hmm. Any more? Alright. Oh god. Okay, I almost died there. I wasn't paying attention to my health. That was awkward. But oh well. That was my own fault. You beat him like it was nothing. The Almighty, what are we gonna do now? Surrender? Give in? You know? Speak with the terrified refugees? Oh boy. I wonder what's gonna happen. I ran into a rock. They're probably in the cave, aren't they? Because that's apparently where everyone goes nowadays. To like hide or something. It's just, let's go in caves. Yep. You returned. Did you find my brethren? What of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you, and the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Huh? But where else would he be, unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others? As I recall, he wished to approach the refugees there as well, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity, and now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile case? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him, convince him to cease this mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. Alright. Oh, that is... Oh boy, that is down there. Where is he? Have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left me with the man from Ul'Dah. The man said they were going to change everything, make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry, and I got scared. Lots of people left with the man after that, but no one's come back. Aww. Hey. Hey. It's gonna be okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see how this turns out. Can't be anything good, I'll tell you that. I can't wait until I'm level 52, so I can continue with my quest for a red mage. Welcome back, Atelios. Have you learned aught of interest? You persuaded a gang of refugees to lay down their arms? The Flame General will be pleased to learn of this. Less so, these are the revelations. We must apprehend this treasonous snake at once. This merchant has not only publicly incited sedition within the Sultanate, but gone so far as to provide material support to would-be belligerents. It galls me that his role in the uprising should have escaped our notice for so long. Yet I can't imagine why it did. Rightly or wrongly, those with whom he consorts do not trust us. Alas, trust is not so easily gained, even in times of peace. We must nevertheless try, for I believe it is only with the cooperation of the refugees that we will catch our quarry, and so I would have you to continue your investigation in Pearl Lane. We know that the merchants sought to recruit the people of Lost Hope and Stone's Throw, so it seems reasonable to assume that he may have approached the residents of Pearl Lane as well. After all, the first riots occurred within the city itself. Most, if not all, will refuse to discuss the subject with you, but there is one who may be willing to do so. A man named Lambert. He too has his misgivings about us, but I believe he understands that these riots do little to further his people's cause. Oops. Pearl Lane we go. Bye. First comes a man with the promise of deliverance. Seen your suffering firsthand and will bear it no longer, says he. Your friend, your ally, your comrade in arms, take his hand and he will guide you to a better tomorrow. Then comes a soldier with the promise of justice. Follow the man who came before you at peril, he says, for they who sow the wind shall reap the whirlwind. The man's no saint, any fool can see that, but we're tools for his task to be used and discarded. As for this soldier, he thinks only of his mission. He's more honest than the man, but every bit as ruthless. Make no mistake. With whom shall I cast my lot? Neither, says I. Far as I'm concerned, you're no better than the bastard you pursue. Now the soldier is thinking how else he might get what he wants. He's tried the diplomatic approach and failed. Mayhap a firmer hand is needed. Mayhap he needs to make an example out of this Alamegan scum like he did those 5 fools from Lost Hope. Well, you'll get no justification from me, soldier, if that's what you're waiting for. I'll not raise a hand against you. But neither will I lend a hand to help you. Not that it makes any difference. The gods seem bent on granting your every bloody wish. There you are, Landbird. Have you given any thought to my proposal? You! Is that? There he goes, towards the gate of Thal. Go and claim your prize for coin and country. Is that who I think it is? Is it? How do I get to Central Dandelion from here? Okay, down there. Did I not attune to this? Oh, I did not. Oh, cool. That's cool. Oh wow, that's right where I needed to be. Ooh. How lucky. Alright, let's get this guy. You again? Why are you pursuing me? Sedition, treason, revolution? That's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorized the streets of Ul'Dah? Huh. You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. Are you sure about that? For the sake of argument, let us say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I give a kickering's arse about politics? It was business, only business. We both know I am not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. Oh. What's all this commotion? 7 hells. I did not kill this man, if that's what you think. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. Hold, adventurer. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. This man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it is obvious that you are not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Scion. Yes. Oh. Okay. Back to the Hall of Flames we go. I'm too lazy to walk back. Also, my head is hurting. My head. More like my ears, actually. Like, ugh. It's not so much my actual head hurts, it's more that my ears hurt. Anyway. What news, Atelios? Where's the merchant? Murdered? Damn it all to the seventh hell. He was not simply murdered, Atelios, he was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. Is that so? The Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you returned. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries as well as the results of our own investigation. Master Alphino has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak to Bartholomew. Okay. Alright, let's go to... Where is it? Here we go. Oh damn, I've eaten all my cheese and cranberries. Kinda sad now. Oh well. We have been expecting you, sir. Please proceed inside. Alright.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji? But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Allagan ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill, a shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Allagan ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
An Allagan monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Allagan inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Ul'Dah like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Ul'Dah.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Alright, we're gonna end the episode right here. I know it's been a long while. We're gonna end the episode here, and then I'll catch you in the next episode. Take care. Be safe.